All right, let's get right into it. There's this new thing happening in software that promises to turn literally anyone into a creator, practically overnight. It's called vibe coding. And yeah, it sounds like a dream come true, but what if it's actually creating this huge technological crisis right under our noses?
I mean, just let that sink in for a second. This isn't some made-up story for a movie. This is real. An AI, with all the confidence in the world, just poof, deleted an entire company's database. And that's the thing about vibe coding, isn't it? It's walking this tightrope between something amazing and something utterly catastrophic.
So you're probably thinking, why on earth would anyone take that risk? Well, it's because the promise, oh man, the promise is just so tempting. We're talking about taking an idea in your head and making it real, instantly.
And that brings us to the core of it all, vibe coding. The name is actually perfect, right? You just describe the vibe of what you want. You tell the AI what you're thinking, what you're feeling for the app, and boom, it's supposed to spit out real working code. The whole point is to give the idea people, the non-coders, the power to build stuff all on their own.
And on paper, it looks just ridiculously simple. I mean, think about it. Building an app used to take forever, right? Teams of people, months, sometimes years of planning and coding. Now, they're selling it as this simple little dance. You write a prompt, it generates the app, you launch it. That's it. It honestly feels like magic.
And that's the ultimate payoff, the power to create a whole application, basically out of thin air, in less than a day. That's the dream everyone is chasing. But, with any magic trick, there's always the question, what happens when it all goes horribly wrong?
And that's where we start to see the cracks in the code. See, here's the thing you have to remember. The AI isn't really thinking like a human developer would. It's basically a super-powered guessing machine. And sometimes it guesses wrong, really wrong. They call it hallucinating.
This is the huge gap, right? The massive disconnect. What we're promised is this perfect, shiny thing that just works instantly. But what you often get is, well, it's a mess. It's unpredictable. It's full of flaws. It might look okay from the outside, but underneath the hood, it's just pure chaos.
So what does that chaos actually look like? Well, for starters, the AI can just make stuff up. It invents code that doesn't even exist, they call those hallucinated functions, and your app just crashes. Worse, it can accidentally build in these giant security holes, just leaving all your user data wide open. And, like we saw at the very beginning, it can just go haywire and do something totally unpredictable and destructive.
Here's a good way to think about it. A human developer is like an architect, right? They build a solid foundation, plan everything out. The AI, it's more like it's just building a house of cards. Sure, it looks impressive for a second, but the whole thing is just one tiny nudge away from collapsing.
And this isn't just about bad code or glitchy apps. That house of cards, it comes with a price tag, a huge hidden cost. And it's not the AI that pays it. It's real people.
So who pays the price? When that magic app starts breaking down, when those security holes are found, when it deletes the whole database, who actually has to clean up the mess?
It's the real human developers. They're the ones who get the call. They're handed this tangled, chaotic mess of code with no instructions, no documentation, and somebody says, "Hey, can you fix this?" They have to make it stable. They have to make it secure. It's an absolute nightmare.
And look at what that does to their time. They should be building cool new features, right? Innovating. Instead, they're spending like 80% of their day just trying to untangle and fix what an AI built in a few hours. This is what people are calling the new developer debt. And it's the exact opposite of what we want. We want AI to be a helpful assistant, not something that creates more work. And you can just imagine what that does to a person. It's not just annoying work, it's completely soul-crushing. You get into this field to build things, to create the future, and now your job is basically just being a high-stress janitor for a chaotic machine. It's causing massive burnout across the industry.
Okay, so where do we go from here? Once you look past all the hype, past the vibe, you realize we're at a crossroads. We have a huge decision to make about how we're going to use this technology.
It really boils down to this. You've got the founder's dream, which is all about moving fast and building things instantly. And then you've got the developer's reality, which is turning into this nightmare of burnout and endless bug fixing. And right now, those two things are on a collision course.
Look, here's the bottom line. AI can be an amazing shortcut, no doubt about it. But a shortcut isn't any good if it takes you straight off a cliff. And if that cliff is a broken product and a completely exhausted team,
well, maybe it's not a shortcut we should be taking.
So it all comes back to this one big question. Is AI going to be our co-pilot, or is it going to create a crisis? The tech itself isn't good or bad. It's all about how we decide to use it. Are we going to be smart about this, use it to help developers do amazing things, or are we just going to keep chasing the vibe, taking the shortcuts, and creating a huge mess for someone else to clean up? It's something we really need to figure out, and fast.